Alright guys, so I want to show you one of the good benefits of SRT climbing. Is it's real easy to get into the tree, because if you throw your throw ball up into the tree, as long as you get over a branch that's alive, healthy, and big enough, and your other end comes down, you get your other end of the rope down, you can either canopy hitch up into the tree, which is safer and I would recommend, or what you can do is you can base tie. And there's some things about base tying that has benefits too. One thing is, once you pull your rope down, you got both ends of your rope down to the ground like I do here. I mean, I've got my zigzag and my chicane on the one side that I'm going to climb up, and then the other side, all I have to do is wrap it around the base of the tree and secure it in a base anchor. So there's a couple different ways to do it. What I've learned to do is, when you've got rough bark, you don't really have to worry too much. You could just go one wrap around it, basically girth hitch the base of the tree, and it's no different than if you were girth hitched up top with your tether, right? It's going to hold here. It's just the direction of being pulled is going to be going up the other way. But if you had a really smooth bark tree, like something like a beech or something like that, and you're concerned about it slipping up, all you have to do is give it a second wrap around the tree. In this case, I don't think I have to worry, but I'll do it anyway. I'm just going to do a second wrap around the tree. Now, one of the things that I like to do, I mean, right here I'm using a rope that I have a spliced eye. If I wanted, I could just catch. You don't want to use a carabiner for this because it could be side loaded. I know a lot of guys will be tempted to do that, but I wouldn't. What I would recommend you use is a quick link of some type, like a delta link or an oval quick link, something like 5/16 or larger. And also keep in mind, a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll take the quick link and they'll just tighten it by hand. That's probably what most people are doing. But I heard that Dave from Westboro, who's an expert, he had a really good tip. He says, really, you should take yourself a small wrench and just put a little torque on that nut, just to make sure that it doesn't move. Because if you're moving around in that tree and this is side loaded against the tree, there is the potential that it could potentially loosen it up and become an unsafe situation. So, you know, what does it take to take a small little crescent wrench, drop it in your pocket, and tighten it up? No big deal. But I'm going to show you, like, if I wanted to, I could just put my delta link through here, pull out the slack, and capture it like that, because I have a sewn eye. But a lot of guys don't have a sewn eye, so I'll show you another way to do it. Another thing you can do is you can put an alpine butterfly in the end of your line. Tie an alpine butterfly. Now with the alpine butterfly, take your quick link, tighten it up, take your wrench, just give it a little bit of torque, and then just tighten this up and you should be good to go. It's also a good idea to put another safety knot in here. Usually with an alpine butterfly you really won't have to worry about it, but that's one way you can do it. Another thing you can do, and it's not a bad idea if you're with somebody, you know, if you're setting presets and you've got a buddy with you, one of the good benefits of base tying is if something were to go wrong and somebody, let's say somebody was up top and they're climbing and something went wrong, they got hurt, or for some reason they needed to be lowered down, with a base tie, somebody can lower you down from the base of the tree. So what I would recommend is, in this case I'm kind of showing you on the end of the rope, but what you'd want to do is pull all your rope on this side, so you have a lot more rope down here on this end, wrap it around the tree, do your canopy, your alpine butterfly, and tie it in. And if, God forbid, something went wrong and you had to lower somebody down, you'd be able to disconnect them from the quick link and lower them down using the tree as mechanical advantage by wrapping your rope around the tree a couple of times, and you could lower the person that's up top down. Another thing you could do too as well is you could have another alpine butterfly right here on your line, leaving it there, because it'll make it easier. If you wanted to lower the person down, somebody could grab onto this alpine butterfly, put some weight on it while you loosen up the delta link. It would make it easier to get your delta link off to lower the person down. So those are some safety tips that would help you if you know, you're climbing with somebody and you needed to rescue them. So I'm all tied in here now. I'm gonna go ahead and that's nice and secure. I've got no concerns about that. I'm gonna go ahead and climb on it. Okay guys, I don't know if you caught in the video, I put some text on the screen. I just wanted to explain something with basal anchors. When when you base tie and your limb, your rope goes up over your limb and back down, with a base tie, you're actually creating almost like some mechanical advantage, and there's actually 2 times as much force on that limb when you're tied off to the base of the tree. So it's going from the base of the tree, it's going up over the limb, and it comes back down to you where you're hanging on it. But you're creating 2 times as much force on the limb pulling downward on it. So you're adding twice as much force as you would if you were canopy hitched up above to it. So it's actually safer to canopy hitch from a standpoint of limb selection. So, you know, if you're using anything like this, you want to make sure that you're in a crotch, a really good, strong crotch, a really a large enough limb that's going to adequately hold you. And you got to factor that in, because you know, there is that factor. You're actually creating twice the force. So I just wanted to point that out. As with any of this stuff, we recommend guys go out, seek the training, and get all the information. Our videos are not intended to be used as a form of training. We're not instructors. We're basically sharing information that we've learned, and you should seek out some formal training and learn how to do this stuff properly. But I'm just showing you the things that you can do and the ways that we're doing them, so that we can get into trees and trim out shooting lanes, or, you know, scout climb, setting our preset loops and that sort of thing. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section and we'll do our best to answer them. All right, climb safe guys, and best of luck.